as you know, on this podcast, I'll take any opportunity to talk about Alexis Mac Allister. Probably his best performance in a Liverpool shirt, wasn't it, on Sunday? Got some of his stats here. 92% pass accuracy, 58 passes completed, 30 passes into the final third, which was the most of anyone on the pitch, 5 chances created, which was the most of anyone on the pitch, 5 shots, and obviously an assist, and a brilliant assist as well. I mean, when that ball comes in from Szoboszlai, he really rifles it in, and just his ability to kill the ball and then pick out that pass for Salah just shows sort of the composure that he has. He always seems to sort of be a step ahead of most of the people around him on the pitch. I mean, what a signing he has been for Liverpool, and he's going to be so important, isn't he, if Liverpool are to get over the line this season? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at the money and the price tags that have gone around over the last 12 to 18 months for midfielders. Declan Rice, 100 odd million. Even Jack Grealish, if you want to call him a midfielder or attacker or what, but a similar fee as well. Moises Caicedo, a British transfer record, and then you've got Alexis Mac Allister for 35 million, which it just seems even now absurd, doesn't it? Because it's not like he was a player who was under the radar at the time. Obviously he'd won the World Cup with Argentina. He'd been a pivotal part in that as well. And for Liverpool to kind of get him was, it felt like a big signing, but I don't think the wider league really realised that at the time, and maybe he was underrated. For people, I know Brighton fans obviously raved about him, but it felt like he maybe didn't get that recognition that Caicedo or someone had, considering they were such a formidable duo for Brighton last year. But I mean, you kind of split his season into two, don't you? I mean, the first half of the season, Liverpool obviously missed out on Caicedo, so they signed Wataru Endo, and it takes him a few months, probably up until December, if we're being honest, to get up and going, and probably have his best games in a Liverpool shirt, and he's obviously continued that since. So for the first half of the season, Mac Allister's in a bit of a more reserved role, isn't he? He's kind of obviously sacrificed himself, for the greater good of the team, and you've got Szoboszlai who's earning the plaudits, you've got Curtis Jones as well, who was having a really strong start to the season, and it felt like when he returned from injury, after that injury picked up at Sheffield United in early January or whenever it was, that really felt like one Endo obviously came back from the Cup, the Asia Games in February. It felt like obviously Mac Allister had been playing further forwards. Endo was obviously really settled into his role at Liverpool. He was obviously starting big games as well, playing well, and it feels like over the last probably 6 to 8 weeks, Mac Allister's obviously just thrived in that that left-sided number 8 role. He's added goals and assists to his games, important goals and assists too, and as you say, on Sunday, it felt like that just was his best performance in a Liverpool shirt to date. And the thing I really liked about him is it was kind of you kind of saw all assets of his game. So in the first half, it was Liverpool needed to speed the play up, didn't they? Brighton were really compact. There wasn't too much space to operate, and that's where you need someone with a clever brain, high IQ to kind of pick their passes out and clip balls around the corner, over the top, whatever, and try and find the likes of Salah and Núñez, and he did that a few times. There was one, I think he plays to Salah, and Salah should probably square it across to Núñez, but he fires over. On another day we're talking about another key pass from Mac Allister. He's helped get Liverpool back into the game. And then in the second half, obviously when it gets to 1-1 and Brighton are a bit more formidable in their pressing, and spaces are opening up, you kind of want him the opposite. You kind of want him to be the cool, calm and collected head, and he's able to offer that. And as you say, I watched the goal back last night, and it's really good play from Szoboszlai, but Mac Allister just to kill the ball dead, as you say, and there's all this kind of chaos going on around him, and he touches it dead, and he almost, like, instead of having a second touch, he almost waits for like a second, which opens up the space, and then he plays it through to Salah, who obviously does the rest. And it's just those kind of to be able to do that on 2 touches instead of 4 or 5 or whatever. It just if he takes 2 or 3 more touches there, or he looks left, he looks right, the opportunity is probably gone. And then you're looking into the 70th, 80th minute, and Liverpool still knocking on the door, and it probably gets really frantic and a bit mad, and Liverpool start throwing the kitchen sink at it. All the things I said at the top of the show about getting too emotional, and you're thinking the season's going to end, but to kind of have that, and with 25 minutes to go, Liverpool kind of just, it wasn't as calm as an ending as it should have been, but it was calmer than what it would have been if it was still 1-1 going into the final 5 minutes of the game. So that was all down to Mac Allister. And I mean, I was with Theo in the press box on Sunday. There was a really good moment right at the end where I think Elliott had just come on, and he played the ball back to Mac Allister, and there was 3 Brighton shirts around him, and he just like juggled the ball between them all, and then just played it off to Elliott, and it was one of them where everyone just just a sigh of relief, just like, how has he done that? And it's those kind of players players, you think over the last 20 years that the players have been really enjoyed at Anfield. You think, the likes of Xabi Alonso, you Phil Coutinho's, you probably put Mac Allister in that same kind of bracket of like a really silky footballer, and he's just a joy to watch. And he's only 24, 25 years of age. He's got his peak years to come. He's probably got another 7 or 8 years at Liverpool, which is just makes that 35 million that they spent last summer an absolute shrewd deal, doesn't he? And every reason why he's probably your favourite player in the minute, isn't he, Beth?
Yeah, definitely. And I think sort of with every passing week, he looks more and more like a World Cup winner, and the quality that he has. And I think sort of what's so unique about him, it's that quality combined with, as you said, the composure, the ability to be sort of ice cool when there's all sort of chaos going on around him. And you mentioned that he's had some important assists this season. I mean, he's got 5 assists in the Premier League in 24 appearances, which equals his best tally with Brighton. He got 5 in 98 appearances for Brighton, so he's being far more productive with Liverpool, and 4 of those 5 assists have been for winning goals for Liverpool. So again, that just shows you when the pressure's really on, he's the sort of player who can really step up, isn't he? And he seems to now be forging a real nice relationship with Mo Salah.